Hi friends, welcome to Crafting and Relaxing. This is Sarah. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I'm sharing my Pixie Plus sewing machine with you. I got this at the amazing garage sale. That's what one of the videos is labeled. If you haven't seen those, you might want to watch them. It was like a once-in-a-lifetime unicorn of a garage sale. And I only paid $10 for it. And right now what I'm trying to show you is it has a light. You'll just have to believe me that it's there. The light is worthless, okay? It is. So I got questions about this machine, and I just decided to make you a short video so you can see and decide what you think. It has 8 different stitches, which I really like. I had borrowed my friend Noni's sewing machine, and I was using it, but it was electronic, and it kept resetting to the other stitches. This one also has a low and a high setting where you don't have to use the pedal. You just move it to low or high. This is the pedal. Is it adorable or what? It is so light, it's almost hard to get it positioned, and its cord crinkles up. I think they could have put like a tiny piece of metal in there maybe to help me. I haven't sewed I haven't even sewed at all probably in 25 years. My opinions about sewing machines might be a little dated. I grew up sewing with a pedal and I use a pedal, but I have a little bit of trouble with my foot now, so that's tricky. Here I have 2 pieces of fabric and I put them right side out so that if I wanted to use it in a junk journal or a project, it would be set the way I wanted. Of course, when you're sewing, you should put right sides together. It's set on a straight stitch, so I'll do a sample of that and show you, and you can just take a look and decide what you think. I find the foot not very tight. Do you know what I'm saying? The grip on it. And that could just be me. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's how sewing machines are now. I don't know. But in sewing with paper, which I didn't do years ago, so I don't have a lot of experience, I found that to be troublesome. And it is a Pixie, right? So moving around, it has a cutter right there. Moving around and maneuvering in it, it's a little more tricky than maybe a regular sewing machine. But I love the fact that it takes up almost no space, and it's a nice straight stitch, I thought. I was pretty happy with it. And there could be some user issue, right? Like when I backed up, I didn't line it up very well. Don't worry, I'm not making you clothes or anything. You won't have to wear this. Then I'm going to it's easy as can be. I like that all you have to do is turn the knob. There's no programming. You don't have to read a book. I really like that. And then I switched it to it has 3 different zigzags, and I switched it to the middle one as far as how loose it was. It had different settings. And here I'm fiddling with the thread and having some troubles. I don't know why. It's not a level of detail that we probably need to mess with. So right there, it just came unthreaded. I left all this in because if you're an experienced seamstress, you can watch this and go, oh, I know what you did wrong, don't do that again, and then tell me. But I noticed when I use the cutter on this machine, it does come unthreaded. So after this, I stopped using the cutter. I think maybe it's just not quite long enough. I don't know, user error. But that's part of why I left it in. It was also super tricky for me to get it rethreaded. It's not great quality thread, but it's what came on it from the garage sale. And, there's something to be said for a machine that you don't have to thread. It's all ready to go. I don't have a lot of things that yellow goes with, so at some point I'm probably going to need to switch it. And if that needle comes unthreaded again, I'm going to lose my mind because it's really coarse. But I think a coarse thread is fun for mixed media too because it shows up better. Some of you have that gold thread. I think it's from Walmart or somewhere. I saw it one day when I was in there, but I just have so much stuff. I don't need to buy everything, even if it's only, $4 or $5. There we go. I finally got it threaded. I'm going back under the foot. I mean, it's just a basic sewing machine, just in a tiny size. Dropping that needle down and fiddling with it a little. And then under the table, I'm trying to find that pedal again. And there we go. I think that this is a fine little sewing machine. I would not want to make anything really big on it. Does that make sense? I mean, just the light, and you saw too that when I unhooked it, it moved because it's not really heavy. So it moves on the table maybe more than a regular sewing machine would, right? I mean, usually when you're sewing and you go to flip the thing, it doesn't move. But look at that adorable zigzag. The fancy machines take me like 3 weeks to figure out how to change the stitch. There's something to be said for the old one with the knob. I like it. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you about this? So I'm going to grab a piece of paper, and I decided to use a piece of the I Am collection from Simple Stories because that is definitely winning my July No Paper Left Behind selection votes. So I thought it would be cute with some yellow stitching on one of those pieces that was already cut. Now this is where if I put the needle at the edge of the paper, I can't get it to grip the paper. And I don't know. I mean, that's probably not a valid measure of a sewing machine, is how well it sews paper. But I started about a 1/2 inch in because of that. And I think when I'm making pockets and trying to put accents on, that'll be a little troublesome. The other thing is, if you were sewing something really big in this, they did make, see how the edge is curved right there, the white part next to the purple? They did make it go down a little, but if you're sewing something big, you need clearance on that right-hand side. And with fabric, you just take it and wad it up and run it through, but it would be tricky to sew something big, and you're very limited on the size of cardstock that you could sew. Like when I go to sew a pocket on with this thing and go around 3 sides, that's going to be troublesome. So what I might do is put my stitching on separately and then just glue my pockets down. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.